All right, welcome back. Taking a look at entertainment news. It is Friday, and 17's entertainment expert Rick Bentley joins me to talk more about another, is it a show or a movie?
Movie.
It's a movie. Mickey 17?
Mickey 17.
So what's this all about?
Well, it's about 17 Mickeys. No.
I was like, that's the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. I thought it was,
right.
Okay. No.
Here's the plot. It's a near future world where we have got to the point where we can take the computers, download a person's mind and body, and so when they die, we can print them out again. And so that's been banned on Earth because you can use that to sort of create your own alibis, but on a space mission, it's perfect because you can send a Mickey out, and if he dies in space, you just print a new one for tomorrow. Or you can have him get involved with viruses, print him out tomorrow once he dies. That's okay until we end up with a couple of Mickeys, and then there's all trouble breaks loose. Now, there's great anticipation for this movie because it's from director Bong Joon-ho, who in 2019 did Parasite. And what we liked about Parasite was that was a movie that started in one direction and then in the middle of it made this dramatic left turn. And it was such a great left turn that we loved the film. This film does the same thing. We start in this direction of this space exploration, this sort of, even the promos for it seem kind of like a light comedy with all these sort of misprinted Mickeys and all this sort of stuff. And yet it takes a left turn at halfway point. But it doesn't go down a good path. It becomes this bloated message about politics, race, greed, just a big mess. I love when films take a left turn. I'm always happy to be surprised.
If it's done right.
It's got to be done right.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think he just made a big mistake. The film was headed in one direction, and when it turned, it lost me completely.
All right, so what are you giving it?
I'm going to give it a C- because Robert Pattinson stars. He plays all the Mickeys in it. He does a great job. Hey, I mean, he's playing 18 versions of himself, and yet each one seems a little different. So I give him credit. He saves a little bit of this movie, but the story stinks.
What type of movie is this? Is this like a sci-fi? Is this like just kind of a... at moments... Or are you still trying to figure that out?
I think that's the problem with the film. There's no genre you can stick it in. It's basically, if we had to force it into one, it's sci-fi because it is about this weird form of cloning, space travel. But then it's also a story about politics. We get to another planet and there's an indigenous species, but as the film says, well, we are the white smart race, we should wipe out everybody and just take over the planet. So then it gets into politics. It gets into the greed that we can get from the minerals. So
it sounds like it was almost as the story has too much in it.
It does. It's one of those stories by committee, and so everybody's got a different agenda. And the problem is those agendas don't flow together. They begin to crash into each other, and then knocks one off. And again, the political message is so heavy-handed. I mean, it is not just a tap on the shoulder; it's a slap in the face.
Yeah. Where can you watch this movie?
Well, it's open in theaters today. It's going to have a national opening. Last night it had previews, did 2.5 million. So they're expecting it to be the big weekend, the big movie of the weekend. And again, it's coming from an Oscar-winning director, so everybody's anticipating this to be good. And even Oscar-winning directors can make a mistake, and he did with this.
Do you think it's going to be one of those movies that has a big weekend and then we move on?
Exactly. I think we should always evaluate a movie on the second weekend, because a lot of movies will have a big opening because people just want to go see it. They've heard so much about it. But it's those legs. Does it have that ability to keep bringing people to the theater?
All right, so we will have to wait and see. Rick, appreciate you coming on. Enjoy your weekend.